Hi everyone, and welcome to this Thanksgiving update on November 14th, 2019. Just a few items to talk about today. The first one is staffing. I've continued to interview for Shauna's position, and I have a second interview on a candidate tomorrow. She has hospital experience, and I plan to incorporate her in the Sacred Heart rotation as well as the outpatient rotation. Karina has put in her 3 week notice, and fortunately, she's volunteered to or offered to stay on staff as per diem. So I look forward to seeing her every now and then in the near future. As far as schedules go, our adding weekend volume at Holy Family is over. We're heading into the holidays. We've recently lost a couple people, so we really don't have the adequate amount of staff to add these extra rooms moving forward. I'd like to thank everyone for helping. We did a fabulous job at Bob's request to increase volumes during this time, and we just knocked it out of the park. So appreciate everybody that stepped up and helped out. We're continuing to evaluate IR workflow at Holy Family. Julie has had people in the IR rotation help out in the general side recently due to an extraordinary amount of ER and inpatients. It will just continue to evaluate this workflow and evaluate the volumes and amount of FTEs we add in the IR suite. And so just stay tuned and keep me posted, and hopefully we'll continue just to get busy in the clinic. Overtime. Bob has asked recently that managers decrease overtime by 50%. He's committed to this goal. He's also asked that if you're being placed in an overtime position or you're going to be in an overtime position, to notify your on-site manager to get the okay for overtime. If there's no on-site manager at the time, just email or call me and notify me that you're going to have to work overtime. Overtime's a big deal for the company. It's the cost of about $800,000 a year, and so they would really like to try to reduce this if possible. I'm asking for your help. I would love suggestions, ideas, on different ways we can schedule things, on different ways we can staff things, any ideas that might help us reduce the amount of overtime that we have. I think some low-hanging fruit is lunch punches. If you're done with your patients early, punch out, go to lunch, and then you can come back, and then maybe we might have unexpected add-ons that you can do. Or if you work through lunch and your 1 o'clock or early afternoon patients don't show up, punch out and go take a break. And I think this will greatly reduce the amount of overtime that we have. We'll see. At the end of the day, I just want to make a good faith effort towards this. I want to see if we can make a possible reduction, and know that I understand I don't want our quality of service to be interrupted. I don't want us to continue to go the extra mile. I just want to see if there's things that we can do. I understand that we cannot predict when patients show up. We cannot predict technical difficulties, all those things that can play into the reasons why we get overtime. So please don't take this as a negative. Let's take this as a challenge to be more efficient and see what we can do moving forward. And if we can't reduce overtime, we can't, but we can give it a try and go from there. And I also understand that this is a little bit of a bipolar request. A few months ago, we asked people to work more if they wanted to volunteer more to add volumes, and now we're asking to reduce overtime. So it is what it is. This is what's been asked of me, and let's give it a shot and see what we can come up with. Our Christmas parties, December 6th at 5 p.m., UMI Kendall Yards, where we were last year. On an earlier update, I asked that this just be an employee-only event due to space and budget constraints, and I'm looking forward to having a great show turnout and a good time. And last note, I would just like to remind everybody of my motto. You've heard me say it many, many times, but what we do here is more than just a job. We believe in service, compassion, doing the right thing every time. And I appreciate the people or everyone that buys into this philosophy. I think it's a hallmark of our department. I think that's why we stand out. And thank you for everyone that goes above and beyond on a daily basis. I'd like to say that I know every time this happens, but I don't. It's just not a realistic goal. I try to. But I need your help. If you see someone going above and beyond and they're not getting recognized, notify a team leader, notify myself, or better yet, thank the employee face to face for their extra effort. So I hope you have a fabulous Thanksgiving holiday. I will schedule our roundtable discussions after the first of the year. And thank you for your time, and we'll talk to you soon.